This administration was elected at a very critical point in terms of our country's economic situation. We were elected on a very popular agenda, which was to create an inclusive economy, an economy which brings on board everyone, where the prosperity of the country is shared across economic classes. Quite radical. Therefore, the comments that we hear every day about how far we are in that agenda are expected, because we won under this radical, daring, and bold commitment. At that time, Your Excellency and members and colleagues, as you know, there were global shocks. The aftermath of COVID-19, the war in Ukraine, high interest rates in America, which had ripple effects on many economies, including the Kenyan economy. No wonder, by the time, Your Excellency, you left Karen for swearing in, oil marketers were knocking on your door because there was no fuel in the country at that time. Our citizens in Namanga, Busia, Moyale were getting fuel from neighboring countries. So even as we contextualize where we are midterm, let us reflect and see where we are coming from and the heavy lifting that has gone in between from that time to now. We are also asking ourselves, how far have we come in terms of delivering the brick and mortar for development? Policies, programs, projects. Because right now at midterm, it's about delivery, impact, and not planning or even rationalization. We're also asking ourselves, I hope, how far have we come in terms of carrying along the stakeholders that constitute the Kenyan society, members of the public and sectors and the middle class and everybody else in between. In terms of stakeholders in national development, how far are we carrying them on board? Is there something maybe we need to do better in the remaining 2.5 years? And lastly, we are also asking ourselves, how effectively have we communicated what we are doing? We will also be asking ourselves, looking at the program, we had certain pillars of our manifesto around agriculture, health, around MSMEs, and all the pillars, including the digital superhighway and the creative economy, and the enablers of those pillars. How far have we come in terms of delivering the various commitments as broadly packaged in those pillars? To my mind, we are not in a bad state, unless I'm persuaded otherwise. I think we are on course. Of course, the last bit will require us to be more direct, more focused, more energetic, because it's the final stretch. But we've made good progress in stabilizing the economy. In my view, the macroeconomic fundamentals have been brought in check, from fuel prices to inflation to cash reserve ratio and all the other macroeconomic indicators, including interest rates, which last year were able to drop by 2 to 3%, although the banks could even do better than that, according to CBK. The commercial banks could even do better than that. We are glad that, although you said you don't take credit for it, but we have to thank you. We don't have an alternative for reaching out and helping us to have a broad-based administration that provides greater political stability to help us deliver on the promises that we made in 2022.